Okay, this one is a little out there, but stay with me. Suppose I told you I had discovered an amazing new way to get into great physical shape. You don't have to lift weights, you don't have to do push-ups, you don't even have to exercise. I'll get somebody else to do all your exercises for you. Think it'll work? Of course not. If somebody else does your push-ups, their muscles get stronger, not yours. Well, something very similar may be happening with artificial intelligence. If AI does all your thinking for you, whose brain is getting the exercise? Because AI can help make you smarter, or it can help make you mentally lazy. And the difference may surprise you. Hey there, smart people. Your favorite Uncle Matt back with you. And I'm a huge believer in artificial intelligence. I use it myself every single day. ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok. These tools are absolutely amazing. And hundreds of millions of students are already using them to help them learn. And when I say students, I don't just mean kids sitting in classrooms. If you're 15, 35, 55, or like me, nearly 75, and you're trying to learn something new, you are a student. So the question isn't whether we're going to use AI. We are. The important question is, are we going to use AI to make ourselves smarter or simply get your answers faster? There's some surprising science about this. Researchers at Microsoft studied hundreds of people using generative AI at work. And they found that the more confidence people placed in AI, the less critical thinking effort they reported using themselves. That sounds pretty scary. But wait, there's another side to this story. In a randomized study involving Harvard undergraduate physics students, researchers compared an AI tutor with an active learning classroom lesson. The students using the specially designed AI tutor achieved more than double the median learning gains, and most did it in less time. So what's going on here? Does AI make us mentally lazy, or can it actually help us learn better? The answer is both. The problem isn't AI, it's how we use AI. If you use ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok to avoid thinking, you're essentially asking someone else to do your mental push-ups. But suppose you use AI to ask you questions, challenge your assumptions, explain something you don't understand, quiz you, correct you, and force you to retrieve information from your own memory. Now, something very different is happening. AI isn't replacing your brain, it's exercising your brain. And let me show you just how easy that is to do. Here's a simple demonstration. Suppose I'm studying American history and I type, what were the major causes of the American Civil War? Within seconds, AI gives me a beautifully organized answer. Terrific. I read it. Maybe I even understand it. But here's the problem. Did I actually learn it? Let's find out. Close the screen. Now, what were the major causes? See the problem? Seeing information isn't the same as knowing information. So let's try it differently. This time, I tell the AI, I want to understand the major causes of the American Civil War, but don't simply give me the answer. Teach me one idea at a time. Ask me questions along the way. Make me explain the important ideas back to you in my own words. Correct me when I'm wrong. And when we're finished, quiz me without showing me the answers. Look at what's happening now. AI teaches me something. Then I have to think. It asks me a question. I have to answer. It asks me to explain something. I have to retrieve it from my own memory. If I'm wrong, it corrects me, and then it tests me again. In the first example, AI did the thinking. In the second example, I did. That is the difference. So here are 5 simple rules I want you to remember whenever you're using AI to learn. Instead of saying, "Give me the answer," say, "Help me figure out the answer." Instead of "Write this for me," try, "Here's what I wrote. Critique it and help me make it better." Instead of "Summarize everything for me," say, "Explain the parts I don't understand." Instead of asking AI to tell you what you know, ask it to quiz you to find out what you know. And perhaps most importantly, instead of saying, "Do my thinking for me," say, "Challenge my thinking." That's how you turn artificial intelligence into a tool for improving your intelligence. Use this memory test. This is one of the simplest and most effective learning tricks I can possibly give you. After AI teaches you something, close it. Turn away from the screen and explain what you just learned out loud in your own words. If you can't explain it, you probably don't know it yet. Go back, fill in what's missing, then close the screen and try again. Because every time you retrieve that information, you're strengthening your ability to remember it. I often talk about the fact that learning only happens when you get the information to come out of you, not when you're putting information in. Putting information in exposes you to it. Getting it back out is what teaches your brain to remember it. Now, if you're beginning to see just how powerful these AI tools can be, when you know how to use them properly, there's something you may want to take a look at. I'm personally involved with something called the AI Genius Club at The Great Discovery. It gives members access to a growing collection of powerful AI tools, all in one convenient place. I'll put a link in the description below where you can learn more about it. But whether you join us or not, I want you to remember one very important idea. Don't outsource your thinking. Let AI explain. Let it teach. Let it question you. Let it challenge you. Let it quiz you. But you do the thinking. Because the greatest promise of artificial intelligence isn't that machines can become smarter, it's that we can. So, use AI to become smarter, not just get the answers faster. I'm Matt DiMaio, and until next time, I wish you greatness.